This morning was going to be a self-care grooming morning, so I took time to trim my body and shave, and I cleaned up my nails, so they're kind of boring right now, but I'm going to be painting them right after I record this. My partners last weekend went to a yard sale, and they found a really awesome score of these two crates full of nail polish that someone didn't want anymore. I've already used these sparkly red ones here. I think I might try one of these blue ones next, but now I have a lot more options to choose from than the admittedly huge collection that I already had. I do these weekly accountability meetings with one of my friends, Alexis. We used to do them before the pandemic, then we had to take a break from doing them in person, and have recently started going back to them again. And she's a content creator here on YouTube as well. Her YouTube handle is Trans Cinderella. I'll put a link in my description. She asked me what I was planning on doing with my vlog, because I have ideas for so many other content creation things I want to do. Unfortunately, I know that the advice from everybody is you need to niche down on YouTube. And I thought that was a reasonable question and something that I could address. For probably 15 years now, I've wanted to do some sort of content creation on the internet, and admittedly, like as a living in a way. My first WordPress website that I made in 2008 was actually for a video game review site that I did, reviews for old NES games. At the time, I was trying to get a complete NES official cartridge collection. I got I think a seventh of the way there before I gave that up, but it was still fun to do. What are the things that I want to do, and what is my goal here? And I've been doing web development for quite a long time, and I really enjoy sharing what I do with others. For those who know me, I've done education professionally as well for years. So I've done this for a while, but I've never made it into a real career, and that's something that I've been interested in doing for a while now. I also want to talk about the kind of things that I create. I do lots of at-home crafting. I've finally gotten back to crafting physical things, which I really love doing, getting hands-on and making things. So yeah, that's some of the stuff that I want to do. But I also want to do more tutorial-focused things, where I can show people, here's how you'll get started doing specific things on the web. I really love making fun projects for the web and sharing them freely with other people. I like doing client work, but also that's more limited in scope, where the things that I can do maybe don't reach as many people, and I want to make more things that I can just freely give away to others. And that's been my goal for a while, and I'm finally really pushing myself to do so. That's another reason for this vlog, is that I can be a little bit more accountable. And I've really enjoyed getting feedback already, both in the comments, from friends messaging me after watching it and bouncing ideas back and forth. So for instance, I'm working on a browser extension that will help me curate content better for my newsletters. And earlier this week, I posted a Git repo for it that, is very basic. There's still a lot of work left to be done, but I was already getting some positive feedback from people who, say, oh, I want the same thing. I would love to have something like this. And it really makes me hopeful that I can make things that other people find useful or interesting. Similarly, I've been working on a digital garden plugin. I went to 2 WordCamps recently and talked about it, WordPress conferences, and I asked people there if they knew what a digital garden was, and I think maybe one person said yes, but then I asked if people knew what, a personal knowledge wiki was, and that was a lot more common, albeit still, not a well-known term. I have custom emoji that were created for me that I could use for Mastodon and Twitch and Discord and stuff, and I want to be able to swap them out on my own site. So I was going to write a little plugin to do this, but I realized that it would be a perfect size project that I could record myself in the process, thinking through it, how I would build it, and then the process of building it and releasing it to people, that it would be a good thing to share with others. So I do have a YouTube channel and an online presence I'm already setting up to be able to share these things. So it's going to be, interesting trying to manage multiple places that are brand new and just a few people listening. It's still something that I want to do, and it's still something that I think would be beneficial to others. And that's my main goal, is to make things and share things that are beneficial for others. I want to make as many of these things, available for free and accessible to others as I can, so that people can, find the confidence to get started doing things themselves, and also have hopefully useful tools that they can work on. So I'm ready to get these nails painted. Have to choose a color. Anything with sparkles does go for me. So I also got a question on Mastodon earlier this week, what my favorite plushes and why. If you don't notice my background, or if you've seen above on my shelf, I have some might say unhealthy collection of plushes, and I'm also going to be lame and not choose just one. I'm going to choose a few. I'm going to start with the Gengar that's behind me here. My partners knew I wanted it when they released it. They ended up getting it for my birthday, and it was a really nice surprise because I had no idea they were doing it. And so, one, it makes me think of them, and two, that thing is about, I'd say, like 2.5 feet tall. I will sit here and have it against my chest and like lean forward onto it like it's a pillow to rest on while I'm working. I found this really derpy Gengar plush at Megaplex when I went this year, and if you are the creator of this, I both apologize and don't apologize for calling your plush derpy, because you definitely put a lot of work in it, but I also love it, and that's part of the reason that I bought it, because it's a little goofy looking. That reminds me of the first con that I went to with one of my partners, and we both had a great time, and I'm looking forward to going to more with them. I prefer things that have some sort of memory attached to them. My friend Alexis yesterday mentioned that she has a little bit of a hoarding habit, and I had a few pieces of advice. One is that if there are things that I want that I really don't need, or things that I have already that I want to get rid of, I will snap a picture of them and have a memory to save for later. And additionally, when I buy things that I know that aren't functional, I try to make sure that they have some sort of memory attached to them. For my next one, it is this crocheted Sylveon. This was given to me by my best friend, who knows that I love Sylveon, and this was actually around the time that I came out as trans to them, and it was just really nice to receive this from them, like as a little bit of extra support and validation. And while it may have a little bit of derpy eyes here, it's still really adorable. The final one that I have is this plush that I was also given as a birthday gift. Very soft, very cute. Used to sit right on my desk forever before I cleaned it out of stuff. And as you can see, got him a nice little Galaxy collar to wear, and he also holds on to my spare glasses so that I have them somewhere soft and not getting scratched up. That's about it. That was long and wide rambling, but basically I want to make nice things on the internet that I can share with people. Hopefully people get some sort of value out of them. I really want to interact more back and forth with people, and I plan on doing a lot more things that aren't just talking about myself. But again, this is the start of this channel to make it more a place of accountability for me, to know that I'm continuing on with these goals that I set years ago and that I'm finally working on. See y'all next week. Bye. Important postscript update. I went with blue.